As the moon rose high over Shadowvale, the town's annual Halloween celebration was in full swing. Children dressed as witches, ghosts, and monsters roamed the streets, collecting candy from every house. But something was amiss. Several of the town's prized Halloween decorations had mysteriously vanished. The giant pumpkin in the town square, the glowing lanterns lining the streets, and even the enchanted scarecrow that kept watching over the town had disappeared without a trace. Leo, Luna, and Max were out trick-or-treating when they noticed the missing decorations. Realizing that this was more than just a prank, they knew it was time to transform into their superhero personas. With a flash of light and a swirl of magic, Leo became Shadow Knight, Luna became Mystica, and Max became Blaze. Together, they formed the spooky superhero squad, ready to solve the mystery. The trio followed the faint trail of ghostly footprints that only Shadow Knight could see. The footprints led them through the winding streets of Shadowvale and into the dark woods at the edge of town. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the air grew colder and a thick fog began to rise. Mystica used her powers to create a glowing light that cut through the fog, revealing a hidden path that no one had seen before. The path led the heroes to the heart of the enchanted forest, a place full of ancient trees that whispered secrets to those who would listen. As they walked, Blaze noticed that the trees seemed to be pointing them in a certain direction. Following the trees' guidance, they soon found themselves standing before a large, twisted tree with a hollow trunk. Inside the hollow, they discovered the missing decorations, along with a small, mischievous ghost named Wisp. The heroes heard the ominous sound of chains rattling and the ground shaking. From the shadows appeared the sinister figure of the Pumpkin King, an ancient spirit who had been awakened by the disturbance in the forest. The Pumpkin King, with his flaming eyes and jagged grin, was determined to keep the Halloween treasures for himself and plunge Shadowvale into eternal darkness. The spooky superhero squad knew they had to act quickly. Shadow Knight darted through the shadows, trying to distract the Pumpkin King while Blaze launched fiery attacks to weaken him. Mystica used her illusions to create decoy decorations, confusing the Pumpkin King and giving her friends the upper hand. But the Pumpkin King was powerful, and the battle was fierce. Just when it seemed like the Pumpkin King might be too strong to defeat, Wisp, the little ghost, found the courage to help. He realized that the only way to defeat the Pumpkin King was to unite the power of the enchanted forest with the magic of Halloween. Wisp called upon the spirits of the forest, who had watched over Shadowvale for centuries. With their combined power, the spooky superhero squad and Wisp managed to trap the Pumpkin King back into the earth, where he would sleep for another 1,000 years. With the Pumpkin King defeated, the heroes returned the stolen decorations to Shadowvale. The town's Halloween celebration was saved, and Wisp, now a hero himself, was welcomed into the town as the official Halloween guardian. The spooky superhero squad had not only saved the night, but also made a new friend in the process. As the sun began to rise, signaling the end of Halloween night, the spooky superhero squad returned to their normal selves, Leo, Luna, and Max. They promised to always be there for each other, ready to protect Shadowvale from any future threats. The townspeople cheered as the decorations were restored, and Halloween ended with a spectacular display of fireworks, thanks to Blaze's fiery powers. The legend of the spooky superhero squad spread far and wide, and every Halloween, The children of Shadowvale would tell the story of the night their town was saved by 3 brave heroes and their ghostly friend. And so, Halloween in Shadowvale remained a time of magic, adventure, and the promise that no matter how dark the night, the light of friendship would always shine through.